Oh my god, the sun is burning me alive. Okay? My name is Samaya Supremacy, and I am a spiritual and esoteric effervescent diva slash princess slash mermaid slash fairy. The sun is currently incinerating me because it's so hot. But this is my series, I, where I discuss my emotional and spiritual journey in choosing to be a singer and songwriter. Hopefully that made sense, and if it didn't, too bad, okay? In this episode, I will talk about how the fact that life is a game and nothing is real, which is why you shouldn't take things too serious, but also take it serious, because this is for real, but also it's not for real, also it's a scam. But before I get into that, roll the intro. It's I created my world. As you all know, before I start yapping, I gotta show my outfit. So this is the outfit cam for today. I'm not gonna switch. Hold on. Put my chair aside. Okay. Oh, Lord. Are y'all feeling the orange on orange? See, I match it with the field. And then I got my skin glowing like, and I got my jewelry blinging. Like my chain on. Is it? My rings on? My edges laid? Is it not giving? Because I know it is. So just for that, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Don't play with me. I'm tired of y'all foolishness. I'm going through a lot of stress just to put these videos out. So like and subscribe, and then subscribe and like, and then like and subscribe, and then subscribe, and then like, and then do it a couple more times from all the accounts, all your Google accounts that you got. Sign into each one and like and subscribe. Thank you. So the first thing we're going to get into is this show is experiencing structure. I'm usually off script, but now I'm semi-prepared. So to get into today's or this week's emotional check-in. Emotional checking in, because I'm checking in, okay? So recently, over the past week, over my entire life, I've been feeling like my brain is in a blender. I have been feeling like my nervous system is like akin to a bunch of dirty dishes clattering around in the sink. Okay. I thought I saw a man, but it was a woman, so I feel a little bit better. You see how much stress I'm going into filming public for y'all? So like and subscribe and like. But my brain has been feeling like, my nervous system has been feeling akin to a sink full of dirty dishes clattering around noisily. It feels like a lot is going on, and I feel very overwhelmed. I feel that I am trapped. I feel overwhelmed. I feel stressed. And I don't really know exactly how to work through those things. So I'm looking at my journal right now because I'm reading it, okay? And as I'm talking, it's coming to me, so y'all need to chill and wait, okay? The type of household I was raised in, it's like any single mistake I make, it's like World War III. Like if you make a single mistake, it's a reason to be chastised, to be abused, to be called out your name, to be yelled at. So now when it comes to like real world things, I'm so afraid to make mistakes. And I feel paralyzed when it comes to making decisions. So the kind of household I was raised in really fried my nervous system, and the type of household I was raised in, I also feel like very limited, and like I've been fear-mongered my entire life. So I'm working through resetting my nervous system and allowing myself to make mistakes because me not wanting to make mistakes and me wanting to be perfect and having that perfectionist mindset has kept me stuck. It almost makes you want to be like, you know what, let me just stay still and do nothing, because I don't want to make no mistakes. I don't want to get into any problems. It's also this feeling that I am never doing the right thing or in the right place. It's like I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And really it just feels, like I said, like my brain is in a blender, like the dirty dishes, like the other shoe's gonna drop. Like I'm in a constant state of like flight or flight and panic. So I am in a space where I have to spiritually work through that and remind myself of who I am, so that I can sort of reacclimate my nervous system or reset my nervous system and parent myself. And it's hard to sort of step in and realize that I have to take control and reparent myself and be disciplined, but also to be kind to myself, and also get the work done that I gotta do, but also work around like my family and navigate my relationships with friends. It's like I'm trying to teach myself how to navigate this world in a healthy way, because that's something that I was never taught to do. So that's where I am, emotionally, from an emotional standpoint. And how all that plays into music is that there's this feeling that I'm not safe to create right now. This show is just to lay out the foundation for me to put out music, or give me the confidence and the strength for me to it's to give me the confidence and the strength to put out music. That's kind of the purpose of this channel, to not only script what's going on for me in life and reflect upon the progress I made and encourage myself, but also lay a foundation for me to put out music. I'm just following this path that God put me on, and trusting that this is for me. And that's a difficult thing, especially when I've existed in a space of doubting myself and flight or flight, like I talked about before. Now I'm moving into the spiritual component of things. I've been told that this is God's plan for my life, for me to just be singing and doing my songwriting. And I have to move with that confidence in knowing that this is for me and that it is already mine, and further develop the trust, or further develop the self-trust. I am in a space of really just mothering myself, but also learning to unmask. And when I mean by unmask, I mean to stop wearing this like fake personality that I wear in the real world to keep me safe. It's cutting me off from real connections. It's cutting me off from being able to share my art, because I feel like my art is my truth. But if I feel uncomfortable sharing my truth, then I can't share my truth. I can't share my art. I can't do my purpose. So I'm in a space of unmasking and learning to exist. I mentioned earlier feeling like it's like dirty dishes clanking around in the sink, and like a blender whirling, and like all these like sounds, like neon lights. And like, you ever been to like an arcade or Dave and Buster's or some shit? Does Dave and Buster's have an arcade? Girl, I don't know. I don't do arcades. I'm using this analogy but because I'm just giving you the analogy of like all this stimulation coming in, like sounds and lights and people. And I'm in a space of learning to deal with outside stimulation, because I have existed for so long in survival. So I'm learning to move in my truth and trust my path and follow my voice and trust in God's plan for me. But it's all new, and it's not an easy thing. It has its difficulties, but this is what's for me. So I'm just gonna let it come to me. I'm just in a space of learning to open up but also be safe. You know, that's a difficult thing too. It's like you gotta stop unmasking, but also know how to move in certain situations. You have to open up in public spaces, you know, to meet people, to make new friends, but also be safe. You gotta share your art, but also not share with certain people because they might, you know, I don't know if that one makes sense, but you have to learn to share your art, but also have to know, like, okay, I cannot share what I'm doing with maybe this person in my family because they're going to go back and tell my parents, and then that's going to throw my whole shit off. You know, it's just like knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to walk away, knowing how to move. It's all like situational, and it's all stressful, especially since I'm not used to dealing with those things. I'm used to letting those dishes stack up. Metaphorically, don't you call me a dirty bitch. I'm not in the mood for y'all shit. I'm used to letting those dishes stack up and like hiding under the covers and trying to like drown out that sound of the blender swirling super high and the lights and the stimulation and the crash and the clatter and the loud. I'm used to letting everything pile up. So to come into the space of being present and dealing with those things in a real way, in an authentic way, and unmasking, trusting myself, trusting my path, learning to make new friends, letting people in, learning to maybe manage like old friendships better, because like shit, you know, you have to, learning to manage my older relationships better instead of being like, you know what, this is too much, I'm never talking. You know how I rock. I'll be like with my old friends, old exes, old relationships, and I'll be like, you know what, this is too much, this is too much, I am never talking to you again, I cannot do it. But sometimes that is not the right approach. Sometimes you just need to learn how to manage people. So I'm in a space of figuring all those things out, of learning all those things out, of like honoring my path, being safe, knowing who to let in, who to not let in, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, and knowing when to walk away. And that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. But I'm worth it, I'm worth it, okay? Whew. That was a sermon-y. So to really boil it all down, the takeaway of this episode is, I started this episode saying life is a game, in the sense that I want to bring it full circle, in the sense that, oh my God, I just said in the sense that so many times. But we have obstacles in this life, limitations in terms of where we are in our journey and what we can and can't do. And if you get caught up, it'll keep you stuck and trapped, and it will make you want to hide. So I think the best thing is to be aware of your limitations in terms of your financial situation, your family situation, where you are emotionally, and kind of work around it instead of succumbing to it. Being like, okay, this is the situation with my mom, this is the situation with my dad, this is the situation with my brother over here, this is the situation with these friends, this is the situation with my finances. How can I manage these things? How can I move around so that I can move forward and progress in this game and progress in my life and progress in this level? And that is the space that I'm in. These are my limitations. Instead of letting these dishes pile up in the sink, instead of letting the blender swirl around and just hide under the covers, what are my limitations, and what are my obstacles, what are my resources, and how can I move around, how can I move forward, how can I be present enough and take care of myself enough and mother myself enough so that I can be where I need to be. I ate that up. Please subscribe. Don't play with me. My head is shiny and full of promise. My head is shiny and full of promise. That's because I beam with wisdom. People say that people always want to talk mess about people with big foreheads, but my forehead shines with promise, intellect, and knowledge. You see that? You see the gleam, ho? That's divine intellect. That's a light. That's me receiving the rays of God from the sun. the messages from the universe as I feel the wind kiss my skin. Like and follow and subscribe. Don't play with me. Today's not the day. You know what? When I say don't play with me, it's like today is never the day. So I don't know why I say today is not the day, as if there would be a day that you could, because it never gave that. Let me compose myself, because y'all just threw me off. Whew. Shout out to my ancestors and the Lord. Shout out to the Lord. Okay? Okay? Alright? In terms of actual steps I'm going to take forward with my journey in singing and songwriting, because that's what this is about. Okay? You may be able to extrapolate something for you, boo, but at the end of the day, this journey is about me, bookie. Okay, I got distracted. I am going to apply to a couple internships to some music studios in my area, because I want to start. I have a bunch of songs written, but I want to have them recorded professionally, and that is it. Some people are coming, and I'm not getting socially anxious. I'm very confident, as you can see. Okay, like, share, and subscribe, or else, you know what? Don't play with me today. I just told y'all. So like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to yourself first, and then other people are maybe.